Hi everyone, this is Debbie from Project 39 Mini Albums, and I have something to show you. So a year ago on my channel, I did a video showing you how I use the Groomed collection, and I made a mini album. On that video, I think in the description I said, I'm going to do a tutorial. Well, someone called me out on it because it's been a year and I hadn't done a tutorial. So I did do a tutorial using, actually, I used the Curiouser and Curiouser that just came out from Graphic 45. In November I did that, but it's the same page styles as what I used in my original Groomed mini album. So I had in my stash an 8x8 collection, and I said, okay, I have something. Let me see what else I can get. So, on Facebook, there's a Graphic 45 buy and sell. Well, I went on there and found someone who had some of the collection. She had some journaling cards. So I picked that up. I was looking for 12 by 12 of this Groomed and 12 by 12 patterns and solids. Could not find it. So I made do with what I had. She did have, and thank you, Jody, by the way, she did have some from the Raining Cats and Dogs, which sort of went with it. It was good enough for me to use, and I'll show you what I used. So I changed this a little bit. On the original album, I had, this dog was raised. I decided not to raise it, but I did add, I don't know if you can see it real close, but there were some cats here, and I decided I'm trying to make it mostly dogs. So I cut this out and I added some mulberry paper beneath it just to sort of add a little oomph to it, because this works very well for dogs. This is an 8.5 by 7.5 cover. The pages are 8 by 7. So let me take you inside and I'll show you a little bit of how I used the other collection. I used what I had. It's not exactly the same as the one on my channel already, but go check that out. So for instance, this is from the Raining Cats and Dogs collection. This actually, this red paper is from the Little Things collection. So even a totally non-animal collection that I used. I used up almost all the red I had. I used some yellow. You'll see it as we go. So here we've got a little pocket. This is great for little 4x4 photos. You might have little puppy pictures, and wouldn't that be cute right there? So that goes in that spot. And then here, this is sort of a little tuck spot. I had this little, I fussy cut and added some eyelets to it and added it on with string, just a little element. Because I didn't have, also I think for the original one I used either the stickers or the chipboard elements, and I didn't have that. So, again, you make do with what you have. There is room for a 6 and a 6 by 4 picture. So most of these photo mats, not all, are cut 6 1/4 by 4 1/4. So you can put your 4 by 6 photo right on here. I know some people have commented that they find it very helpful to know exactly where to put the pictures. As well, side note, it saves paper. So then this opens like this. Room for your photos here. Photo there, and photo there. I tried to make it so you can have landscape and portrait style 4 by 6 photos. Now there is some room for, as you saw, a 4 by 4 photo. You could probably cut down one or have it printed smaller. So there is that. Again, this one is done using the L pages. If you're not familiar with that, it's just taking a page, scoring it, and adhering it right onto the inside spine. So here I use some of the yellow paper from the Little Things collection. It went really well with the Groomed collection. So this is, not from Groomed. You can see that's from the Little Things. So that'll open like that. There's room for your photo. You could put a photo here if you wanted to. It's not just where the photo mats are. But number one, there's a magnet, so it won't make it quite as strong, but it still would work. And number two, there's probably enough room for you to put your photos where you need to. These little flaps are great to put journaling on. Even if you don't want to handwrite it, you could absolutely type it out, you know, have a small margin for it and then print it out and add it there. Or you could put dog tags or papers, or you could glue it here and have it come over the page if you have a photo. That's okay. So more room for a photo, more room for a photo, and that will close and that will close. So here I used, so with the journaling cards, some of them were for cats. So for instance, here I used the back side of it, and then you can journal all about your dog there. And you don't know this journaling card was meant for a cat. So there, not that I have anything against cats, but again. So yeah, you could add one photo or a couple here if you have that many that you've run out of room. My favorite people have paws. I think that's adorable. Now this is not hidden page. Isn't that a pretty grouping? It's not a hidden pocket page album. It's an L page, so it's just what you see is what you get. So there's a nice spread there to put a couple of photos. Of course, I never glued that down. Anytime I have something over the photo, it's not glued down on the side. I mean, this should be glued, and I will glue it, but yeah, it's just room for a tuck spot, so you can just put it there. And that'll go like that. And this will go all the way up. This is open here. This is a little bigger than 4x6, obviously. So you can use that to journal or to put a couple of photos or one big photo. This will go like that. Here you can see I used the raining cats and dogs. If you look close, it says cats on there. But if you were to put a 4x4 photo on there, you wouldn't see that it says cats. And most people will be focusing on the cute dog pictures. They're not even going to notice. There's room for a photo, room for a photo. This, by the way, this paper is from the Marion Bright Christmas collection. I used what I had. This will go like that, and room to put your photos. Here we go this way. This will open like that. And so this was a cat. It had a cat on it. I sort of cut it down, made it more of a square than a rectangle. It didn't match up, so I just stuck something on top of it. If I had stickers or chipboard elements, I would have put one right here. But I didn't. But it's okay. I'm not going to tell you that the blue matches perfectly, but if I didn't mention it, you wouldn't have noticed it. This blue is from Little Things. It's got a little more green in it than the blue that would have come with the collection. But again, you do what you can. So I added room to put whatever, journal, photos that are landscape or portrait, however you want. So that goes in there, that side loading pocket. These are identical pages, which makes it easy to make, by the way. And it's a really handsome page. And then that opens like that. So there's room for your photo there. This is part of that. It comes out, so you don't even notice it. This had different color flowers. I just took a scrap of this paper and cut and pasted those on. There's obviously journaling spots that are a tuck spot to add your photos to that. And that will go in like that. This page will open like that. I left that open just to add a little tuck spot there because I could. And a little journaling card there. 4x4 photo, obviously. You could journal here. And this will open that way. Tuck spot to add your little photos. And room for your 4x6 photo. And then the last page. So this was a little different. I guess I'll show you the Alice one. But I added a little belly band here because this was actually a 4x6 card that I just cut in half and added some paper on the back. But it gives you room to journal. And as well, I added a couple more pieces in here. And then this will open like that, giving you room for your photo. I'll show you the Alice book in a second because I want to show you what the intent of that page was. Now this opens like this, and this is where you're going to put all the extra photos you have, maybe the diploma from obedience school, maybe you could put in an old collar if you wanted to. It's just the circle closure. I call it a library style closure from way back when. A lot will fit in here, even though it's not a gusseted pocket, but it's a very big pocket. And then the back page, again, if I had a chipboard element, I would add it here. Maybe I'll see if I can find a heart or something to go with that. There is the spine. Another chipboard element would be beautiful right there. I had to piece things together because I ran out of paper. Let me show you that page real quick in the Alice book. So in the Alice book, the intent was to put these cards, these journaling cards here on the side. I didn't have that mix of big and small things I could use, so I made the belly band. But I just wanted to see how nice that is on the back. So I just wanted to show you that. So again, that was using the Well Groomed collection from Graphic 45. When was this? 2021. Had it for a while. I did purchase another one, so I'll probably be doing another project at some point in time. But that is what I did using the Well Groomed collection. There is another video showing you a different version of this, and again, you can use the it's the Curiouser and Curiouser tutorial to make this album, and then reference this video if you want to see how I decorated it. Grab whatever you have in your stash, because if you just have an 8x8, you're just going to have to piece things together. Like this cover I actually pieced together, but you can't tell. So that's what I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed this. Have a fabulous